Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit.
Detroit! Leopard!
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The numbers for him from a week ago. 20 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him. And here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. They'll set up a throw. And Ingram holds it in. He's still on his feet. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now back to throw. And this is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Gone!
They're going to look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with a lucky number 13. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. In there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Still going. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's a give to Barkley. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking for Shepard deep. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Lucky 56.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A first down carry for Barkley. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll set up to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted. And New York set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know,
and New York set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley, able to spin free. And he powers his way up past the 30. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
He'll drop to throw. He finds Beckham complete. 20, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be